the record, right in the back seat of the car. Um, but yeah, Karen, I'd love to know um, um, at Leaders We Deserve, and that part of what you guys were talking about earlier about those young people becoming such major voters. Uh, the important thing about that is they don't go out and vote on their own. They need to have somebody to go and vote for. Increasingly, young people feel like there is no hope in the future of our country. They feel like there is no reason to go out and vote in the first place because they really feel like, frankly, both sides of the political aisle are so controlled by the same corporate interests that it doesn't matter if they vote at all, because their interests are not being prioritized. So that's why at Leaders We Deserve, we support candidates who reject the interests. Can you guys hear me now? Is that better?
It's a little bit choppy, but for the most part, yes. David, could you hear that? You are a little
Here,
bit
I'll go off
choppy,
camera.
but okay, let's see if that's
Is
better.
that better? Can you guys hear
Yes,
me better? Is
definitely.
the audio better now? Okay, great.
Yes, yes.
Um, so sorry I have to go off camera just to make sure that you guys can hear me. But the point that I was getting at is that we need to give young people that elected candidates that they actually want to vote for in the first place. It's not enough for us just to spend a bunch of money to register them to vote, although that's very important. The best thing to get young people to register to vote is give them somebody and or something to actually vote for in the first place. That's why at Leaders We Deserve, we are proud to be a major investor in Mayor Mamdani's campaign, spending $300,000 to support him. And we saw in his campaign, he got three times the 18 to 24-year-old turnout of young people uh, compared to Kamala Harris, just who had run just 6 months prior. And one thing that's fascinating is that we hear all the time across our party, from donors to activists and others, that we really need to win back young people. And then you have a candidate like Zoran who goes out there and absolutely crushes it and secures a victory by getting young people to go out and vote, unlike has really happened in any form since 2008, in many senses with Barack Obama's first campaign. And then we see people freak out and say, well, no, 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 not like that. We don't want it like that. And the reality is, we have to decide: do we actually want to change what we're the types of candidates that we're running in order to get young people out to vote, or are we just going to continue to ask them to vote for the same elected officials that they feel like got us here in the first place? And I believe that we need to get young people out and give them somebody actually to vote for that gives them a real sense of hope in the future of this country. Because what keeps me up at night more than anything isn't even Donald Trump, it's the hopelessness that empowered him. I really worry about the future of our country if young people feel like there is barely anybody in power who actually properly represents them. And that's why at Leaders We Deserve, what we do is we back young candidates running predominantly for state legislatures and Congress who reject the influence of corporate PAC money and the influence of Citizens United, and pledge to really prioritize their constituents and their interests, not those of the corporations and special interests that have made trillions of dollars off of constantly buying off our politicians and our government, and seeing the evisceration generation. What's interesting is that while we are
Uh-oh, we've lost you, David. Oh, David, we've lost the audio. You were just at this amazing part of what you were about to say, and
making
then we
more money
lost
than
you.
our parents did on
David, you're coming and going. You need to repeat the last couple of minutes.
average when we're adjusting for inflation, all of the fundamental building blocks of the American dream are substantially more
Out of reach.
expensive than they were in the past.
David has drunk. He is wherever he is traveling. David is in a dead zone. Jeez.
But
All
boy, are we
right.
glad you were here. David, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. As always, if people are interested and curious about what David is doing, please look up Leaders We Deserve. because it's an extraordinary organization that he's created.
Yes, and I've got him. I've got him. So, David, if you want to try to wrap up, I've still got you. You're like barely holding on, but I've still got you. Maybe I don't. Yep. No, I've got no mic. I've got no nothing. All right. Well, again, David, thank you. It was wonderful to get a chance to meet you on Zoom.